When you found out you got the role in Mad Men, I mean, what's going through your mind at that point? Because it's a pilot, right? So it's not like at that point you're not going, great, I've just nailed my next 4 years.
No, I mean, in fact, you're just happy to have the week of work. We were all very excited to get the pilot because we all recognized, to some extent, that the material was very good. Matthew had a pedigree coming off The Sopranos, and AMC was a mystery. No one knew like what their plan was and who these people were. But we just thought like, okay, I like the script. I'm happy to be working on it. That's really the only metric you have to measure any of those things by.
Right.
And then that it became what it became. We all just at every step would kind of pinch ourselves and say like, well, this is still good. It's getting better. The second episode is good too, and so is the third, and now the fourth one's really good. And are we gonna get picked up for another season? Like, how long do we get to do this? It's gonna be great.
When you sort of got into the swing of it, first couple episodes, and you're past the pilot, was there any intimidation there, or did it fall quickly into a troupe of actors, or did you feel like I'm carrying this show in the sense that it's sort of about my experience, or it's seen through my eyes? And
it very much felt like the lead of the show and behaved as if I was the lead of the show. I had to set a proper example, honestly, and showing up on time and being prepared. And it was weird because we shot the pilot and then we couldn't go back to the second episode till a year later. So everyone kind of had to come back and like remember what they were doing on the pilot. And by that point, a lot of people had seen the pilot, so people were starting to buzz a little bit about it. And we read the second script and everyone was kind of, oh wow, this is really interesting and cool, and Bobby's character was added, and it was very exciting. But it took a little while to kind of ramp back into it because we'd been off for a year,
Right.
with no expectation or promise of anything in the future. So a lot of us had moved on and done other shows, and I remember working on another show and they said, you got anything? I think this pilot I did is coming back. I was doing like a 6-episode arc on a network show. I said, I think this pilot I did is coming back, and they're like, oh, well, good luck with that. It's like they've been on the air for 4 years and they're like a well-running machine, and go back to like episode 2, and I ran into a couple of those people like years later, and they were like, this was the pilot? I said, yeah. They're like, oh my God.